How you guys doing?
Doing great. How you doing?
Sean, Maraide, good to meet and talk to you guys today. I think the movie is great. Number one, I want to start with that. I can relate to a lot in this movie. You know what I mean? Just about families coming together. I come from a family whose my parents took in two cousins of mine that were coming from a situation that wasn't so great for them. So some of these things about you have people that you love, but then things don't always work out in the beginning and you have to make it work, I can relate to. There's some kind of magic in that. You know, and the fact that things are difficult is kind of like part of the process.
Yeah, I mean, there's a line in the movie that one of my favorite characters in the movie says that things that matter are hard. And I think that's true. I think the things that come easy to us are the things that we forget, and the things that stay with us throughout our lives are the things that, the challenges that were difficult. And it's funny because none of us really want challenges.
Right.
We don't really want to go out and make our lives harder, but whenever we do, we usually are glad we did.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, they said this film is loosely based on your life.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the movie that your kids are like, why did you have to address that? Or the opposite, something that was like, oh, I'm so glad you touched on that. That was a beautiful moment that we had.
My kids really love in particular the part when the kids are first coming into the home and seeing their bedrooms, and the time when Pete calls them to dinner for the first time and they're trying to get them ready for bed. So we've talked a lot about that scene. We had a laugh about, there's a scene in the movie where Pete and Ellie are very frustrated and confused and lost, and they have a conversation about trying to find some way back to the easy life they had before.
Right.
And my kids were asking, did you say stuff like that about us? And I said, yes, we did. We absolutely did.
Right. I know, Maraide, you contributed to the things that were going on in this movie. What kind of things did you bring to the film? And they were like, yo, we have to address this. These are real issues that are taking place in these families.
Just like the relationship of Lizzie with the parents.
Yeah.
And we wanted to show Lizzie as a good girl, a normal girl. She did have a lot of trauma growing up, but that didn't ruin her.
Right.
And she just needed this family to love her, and then she'll be able to do all of these great things.
Maraide was really helpful in making sure that we didn't sugarcoat anything too much. I would send her a draft of the script, and she would say, I like this, but I think that this particular moment or this beat here could probably be a little darker and a little more real. And we would go, okay, and we'd go there. We'd dig deeper into it because of her firsthand experience.
Yeah, one of the things I thought was really real was the relationship between the kids and obviously their foster parents and their real mother.
Yeah.
And there's always that hope there that the real mother is going to come back into their life and everything is going to be perfect again.
Yeah.
And we find out that's not always the case.
Yeah. Well, we were really lucky in that regard because the thread of the birth mother was something that we wanted to get just right. And Maraide helped us with that a lot too, making sure that it wasn't too sugar-coated, but we didn't want to vilify her as well because she's somebody who is a very tragic character. And we were lucky because Jocelyn Reyes, who came in to play the birth mother, it turned out that randomly after she bowled us over with her performance and she'd left the room and we had already decided to cast her, that we found out that she had her master's degree in social work. So she became really helpful in that regard too, of getting that just right.
Yeah. What's very great about the movie is the fact that you guys are dealing with real issues, but still have very comedic aspects to the movie. It's still a comedy. Yeah. It's a great movie. So I'll leave these last questions for you. For everybody watching in Chicago and worldwide, what do you want them to take away from this film?
Take away the stereotypes associated with kids that are in foster care, and that it's not all bad and scary. Like, they're great kids and they're funny. There's a lot of happiness and joy that comes out of kids in foster care.
Absolutely. You guys did a great job. Instant Family comes out November 16th. We want everybody to see it. And congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.